welcome back to episode 2 of Am I Going to Get Canceled for This? That's right, y'all. We made it to episode 2, which means we did not get canceled the first time around. So shouts out to us for that. I'd like to thank myself for being myself. Lynn, I want to thank you for being you. Okay.
Of course.
If you missed the first episode, be sure to give it a listen. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, give us those 5 stars. And if you don't, me and Lynn are going to pull up to your front door.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. Actually, if you listen to the rest of the pod, it might just be me rolling up to your front door. But either way, just like and subscribe, okay? Now, if you haven't been here before, we just want to give you like a little warning that our content is X-rated, okay? So if you have any kids in the room, maybe you want to let them out, kick them out, or if you want to raise some real ones, go ahead and let them listen, okay? We've got some good ones for you on this podcast today. Now, we also wanted to remind you that this podcast is also rated E. And Lynn, what does that E stand for?
Everybody.
Okay? Everybody 18 and up, okay? So as always, if you can't stand the heat, get the fuck up out the kitchen because today, y'all, we are stirring some stuff up. And Lynn, I think you are going to be hurting some feelings today. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. So we're going to roll right into our first segment, which is ear hustling, y'all, because we keep our ears to the streets so y'all don't have to, okay? Now, one of the things that came up in our hot topics or things that we wanted to talk about today was no cash bail. And if you are not familiar, no cash bail is something that was on the California ballot. This was kind of a recent ticket for us. It was a hot ticket item, a big ticket item that was on the ballot, especially in Los Angeles County. And we were getting rid of the cash bail system. Now, if you are not familiar with bail, it is a refundable deposit that allows a defendant to get out of jail until their court date. So the deposit is used as collateral to ensure that a defendant will return to court for trial or any applicable court proceedings. And it's important to note that all cases will not be given the option for bail, right? So It really just depends, okay? So this is not for... Really what this is going to be affecting is people who are arrested for misdemeanors or non-violent felonies. Okay. So for any violent crimes, you're not getting that option, and we can understand why.
Right.
But in the state of California, as of January of 2023, we were seeing that cash bail, the no cash bail was started in January of 2023.
Right.
So it came here, and then what happened?
And then it was kind of nixed, and then there was a lot of controversy regarding that, the nixing of that. Then it was reinstituted on Wednesday, May 24th, actually, by LA Superior Court judge, just basically saying that, it inserted a preliminary injunction, which basically blocks LA County from requiring a cash bail from those who have not been arraigned. Yeah. Okay. So as you stated, it does not, it's not applicable to nonviolent or to violent felonies, sexual offenses, domestic violences. Those are all exempt, especially those involving weapons. So that needs to be noted as well. One of the things that we are seeing a lot of people up in arms about is I think they're misconstruing what the no cash bail means and what it's actually standing for, that it is not going towards those out there, doing anything violent. So it is more so for petty crimes that we're going to see the no cash bail, because as you know, in America, if you don't have the paper, you're not playing the game.
You are not.
So this is affecting disproportionately individuals who are of lower income status, who are unable to pay for their freedom. Right. So if you are not out here, walking around with 50 G's in your pocket, you're going to probably be sitting your ass in jail.
Right. And you can also like put your house up or something like that for collateral if you own some assets or something like that. And this is interesting, and why you're seeing that it's more, again, like you said, lower income, but often most certainly Black and brown people, Black and Hispanic people, because of systemic racism. And also kind of talking about that school to prison pipeline, that we are really kind of like breeding our kids. We're not providing them with the proper education, that they're able to go out into the job force and to make the kind of money that they need to be able to make to support themselves and support their families. And because of these systemic racist practices that have been in place, since we've been brought here, since people of color.
Wait, did you really just say we were brought here?
Girl, I mean,
according to Kanye West, this was a Disney cruise where we just left Africa and, the cruise went awry and slavery was a choice. Do you not recall that?
Did you just say a Disney cruise? Okay.
It was a Disney cruise gone awry, according to Kanye West. That's how slavery occurred.
Girl, who Kanye? And not the Disney cruise, y'all. The mice on that cruise were not providing any entertainment. Let's be clear. Let's be very clear on that. But yeah, it's just a really, really interesting dynamic and conversation around the cash bail piece. I think that it got a lot of attention during the pandemic, especially during the Black Lives Matter movement, when we were seeing that a lot of arrests were being made. And they were holding people in jail. You have to go in jail. You'll hold them there, and they have to either stay if they don't have the bail to be able to pay for their freedom to get out until their arraignment to come back for their court date. They would have to stay there. And what was happening is that the legal system was getting so backed up that people were staying in jail for these extended amount of times, and it was becoming really unsafe and also just really unfair that these people were stuck there for these extended amount of times of what should only be like a few days or maybe 48 hours. I know that what we've worked into for California, that they're supposed to be 48 hours before they go in for their arraignment. It should be no longer than 48 hours. But especially during the time of the pandemic, we were seeing these much longer hold times for these defendants, and it was really becoming an issue for safety and health, not only just for like mental health and like physical health, but especially with COVID. People were getting sick and dying while being held in prisons and all of this stuff as well. And there's just so much unnecessary and uncalled for stress of holding these people in there for their mental health, the stress on the people's families, breaking up the families, and also just holding people in this space and not giving them the amount of time to really kind of figure out their case or to find the proper representation so they can, represent themselves in court in the way that they should be. Right. So, it was just something that was kind of circulating here in the Los Angeles area. No cash bail is, California, we know, is fairly progressive. And
too progressive sometimes.
Girl, somebody has got to do it. Shouts out to Governor Newsom for leading the charge. Okay,
I think we've assigned ourselves. We know who the conservative one is here, baby.
Okay. But there are also like I don't want to say several, but other states, I think Alaska, New York, New Jersey, are all places where they've gotten rid of the cash bail system. And, we hope to see it kind of spreading out to other places as well, because we obviously see who's disproportionately being affected by, these arrests. And, Black and brown people are also subjected to so much more violence and police brutality when arrested as well. So, let's cut the bullshit, guys. Let's keep moving forward with this no cash bail system. Hopefully it's going to be going, spreading a lot further than, the few states that we had just mentioned earlier. So,
but also in the same breath, don't do the crime if you cannot afford to do the fucking time. Don't come out here acting a fool and not realizing what's going to happen to you, because the notion of fuck around and find out is very strong, especially with me. So do not fuck around and find out. Okay.
Y'all heard that, y'all. Don't come for Lynn.
Don't not
come unless she's sent for you.
Yes, please do not, because I promise you one thing. My fingers are fast to 911 because I am a I will call the police.
I was like, girl, what you about to grab the trigger? What you mean your fingers?
Well, in the words of the infamous and the incomparable Lil Wayne, my trigger finger wise, but my 9 is dumb. Okay, so do not try it.
Ooh,
do not.
Okay. You heard it here first. Okay.
Do not.
So While we are sitting here and watching the moral thread of the US disintegrate before our very eyes, I think this is kind of giving us a little segue into our next topic here of why we're seeing an exodus of eligible bachelors fleeing the US for greener pastures.
Because they tired of y'all US bitches. That's y'all have become too ideal minded, too strong willed. You need to be more docile because that is what men want and they need. That's why they're going overseas to find their bride. And you American bitches are stuck here.
Girl, what is the title that has been given to these men?
Passport bros.
Passport bros.
Yeah.
That I was like a few days ago old when I heard this. So talk to me about the passport bros and where they're going and what they're doing to find their brides. This is beyond me that this is news, but yes.
I mean, have y'all not seen 90 Day Fiance? Let's talk about how that show is centered around passport bros and what is the reverse of bros? Brosafinas? Bros and brosophinas going overseas to find their lovers.
Hoes. I think we only get hoes while
okay, so bros. On Am I Gonna Get Canceled for this? We're bros and brosophinas because we're doing bros and brosophinas. So basically, what we see going on right now is a mass exodus of gentlemen's basically tired with the Western ideologies of women in America. They want to go overseas and find a chick who does not have 10 million followers on Instagram and breaking
I'm
it
not
low.
mad at them for that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you, passport bro. I'm just too lazy to go overseas.
I think Lynn is a passport brosafina.
I would
telling on herself.
I would not wife up an American dude because y'all too strong-willed. I want a man who knows his place in the kitchen. Your place is on your back and in the kitchen. Okay, that's where I want you. So I think that's me just playing a passport brosafina is just demonstrating as to why we see the exodus, because American men are going overseas to find, someone that they feel will fit their, ideology of what a wife is. I mean, we are in a time where we are unable to define certain things. So we are here seeing that men want what they perceive as the ideal wife.
And what's so interesting is that, we're seeing this rise of like women kind of coming into their power. Yes, we have still so far to go, but we're noting that, women are oftentimes the breadwinner within the families. And, we're seeing that more women are going on to higher education, therefore getting better jobs or ultimately end up making more money than men. And so, I think that we're seeing these men really kind of feeling threatened by the success of these women, threatened by women kind of coming into their own and not being really able to handle that. And so I don't know where y'all going. I don't know where y'all going.
They're going to Thailand. They're going to the DR.
Okay, let me find out that y'all looking for Black women.
Oh, girl.
Are y'all? No, Black women?
I swear.
Y'all are not looking for Black women.
I swear they are. If you watch 90 Day Fiance, it's like every third couple is a white man with his African wife. And you know what? Kudos to that, because
we're not talking white Africans here, right?
No, I'm talking African women. I'm talking that beautiful melted skin of chocolate glaze.
Yes.
And beautiful white teeth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking.
Girl, but you know what? That's so real. It's so interesting on the Instagram piece though too, because I feel like it's almost like this like diamond in the rough type situation. If you can find a man or woman that is not like an Instagram thought and is just like out here putting their every move on social, I feel like it's such a coveted thing to find someone who just feels undiscovered, and that's what people want to like. I don't want her to be out here for the world. Like I want my man, I want my woman to just be out here for me,
Right. And you can't be mad at that, can you? I mean, like if I were single and a dude was trying to talk to me and he had more than 300 followers, bitch, you a slut. Like, because I want you to have 6
Damn, only
followers.
300.
I want you to have 6 followers, and it's your mother, the Bible, a few dog pages, and
I didn't
maybe
know the Bible gave follow backs.
I don't know, but that's what I want to see. So I don't want a man out here in the gym posting, shirtless pictures. I want a gentleman.
Okay.
So
I'm not
that
mad at it.
I am okay. We have just decided I am a passport Barosafina.
Let's go, girl. Let's go. Now, while these dudes are heading abroad to find their ladies, what I think is interesting is that you might start to stumble upon some girls from around the way, because we are actually seeing a lot of women going off to other countries. And they're not necessarily looking for the vacation that you're thinking about. And this is going to lead us into our next topic of discussion is bitches bodies need to come with a disclaimer.
Man,
Okay.
we just went straight for the jugular.
Look. So to explain what I'm getting at here is like mental health and body standards for women in a world full of BBLs. Okay. So we've seen this surge of women going and traveling. I think we've all seen on Instagram in the shade room specifically, where it was just like all these women were lined up, like taking up all the wheelchairs, flight full of women that had just come back from getting BBL surgery or other plastic surgeries abroad, because I guess like expertise in the areas of being able to do the surgeries, but also the price point being much lower than what is offered here in the States. So it's just interesting for me. I was recently scrolling through social, and I follow SZA, and I was looking at her picture. I was like, damn, like,
Juicy.
SZA has always had body, a beautiful woman. But I'm looking at these pictures and I was like, damn, like, her Instagram be like cute little face pic. She's like in her little tomboy clothes, and then it's just like titties. And then it's like, oh, it's me grocery shopping. And then it's ass. So it's just like, I was like, damn, like her waist to hip ass ratio was
Perfect.
out of this world.
Yeah.
It was out of this world.
Perfect.
But look, I was looking at these recent pictures and these photos, and I'm also scrolling through social media, and I wasn't really paying attention. She had actually talked about this in her most recent album that she released, and I think the song that she referenced it in was Conceited, but she mentioned that she had had work on her body done. And so she had actually had a BBL, and I had no idea. Now here I am over here comparing my body to this woman, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm over here. Y'all know that math meme where it's like the numbers are flying around the head. I'm trying to take the circumference of SZA's ass to the size of her waist. Like, I'm using Pythagorean's theorem. I am multiplying that by the square root of pi. Like, I'm trying to figure out what were the reps and sets that she did to build this body. But then just to find out that, it's not her. No. Now, I will applaud SZA because she was transparent about that. She talked about it, and I can appreciate that. I think that is so important. And this is where I get to the point of women having disclaimers about their body, because especially in the day and age of social media where everyone's going to post those little thirst traps and body pics and all of this stuff on the gram, like women are constantly criticized for the way our face looks, our body, our hair, all of this stuff. We are constantly critiqued about our look and how we're showing up in the world. And it's really taking a toll on our mental health. It's really taking a toll on our body image of just seeing these women being shoved in our faces with these out of this world bodies that just aren't theirs. And then not letting us know, like, hey, I went and got a little nip tuck here, a little lift here, a little something there. And not saying that there's anything wrong with doing those things. Your body, love your body, do what you want to do with your body to make yourself feel comfortable. But at the same time, like, let's stop trying to act like this was genetics. let's stop trying to act like you did this by hard work in the gym.
Yeah.
It's
But that's what they're selling. That's
yeah,
what they're selling on Instagram is
like
like, buy my fitness plan. Bitch, you mean give me your doctor's information? Like,
girl,
I'm not about to subscribe to a plan where I know you literally have been sliced and diced more than a fucking cucumber. Like, I'm not doing that. And it makes absolutely no sense. And it's destructive. It's
yeah.
destructive to men too. It's destructive to everyone because you are disillusioned.
Right. You're giving men this idea that this is like something attainable and achievable. And it's just like, no, unless you go to Brazil, girl, I feel like Czech Republic came up as one of the places that you could go to.
I'm not
Mexico
going.
was another one of the places, maybe
No.
even DR. I feel like one of the lists I was looking at, Brazil didn't even show up on the place to go for a Brazilian butt lift.
Which is strange.
Yeah. So it's just really interesting to see. But yeah, I do think it's becoming pretty convoluted. And also, this is just something that recently happened within this week, the death of Jackie O. And if you don't know Jackie O, she is the longtime girlfriend of DC Young Fly, who was on Wildin' Out. And she was a mother to their, I think, 3 children.
Yeah,
that
she
they
just
had
had a
together.
baby. Yeah, she just had recently had a baby. And I think the pressures, and I can't speak for, she was a beautiful woman inside and out from everything that we read and hear about her. But I think the pressures of society where she was obtaining a mommy makeover tells us exactly what is going on with body image, especially I think within this country, because we, like I said, are so disillusioned that stretch marks are seen as undesirable. I'm sorry. I'm from the camp that if stretch marks are from, you either got big and you got small, or you were small and you got big.
Okay,
both of those
Kat.
things are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cat Williams, shout out, because that's what real men used to want. And I think there's a small population, not even a small, I think a lot of men are actually getting tired of this, the Kardashian body type, to be honest with you, because I feel like
Girl, the Kardashians got tired of the Kardashian body
yeah,
type.
and that's what I mean. I feel like men are going back. I see y'all having a resurgence of wanting something real, because the fact that Halle Berry came up as the most Googled woman, like I think like 3 weeks ago, is telling me y'all miss natural beauty of the 90s, which we do too, trust me. So get back to that phase, please.
For sure. And so allegedly, we'll say allegedly because we don't know for sure. What like recent social media posts and everything had pointed to is that Jackie O was going to have a mommy makeover surgery after having her last child. And, they still haven't come out with the cause of death as of yet.
Right.
But it looks like complications from that surgery is what led to her death. And it's just so sad and sorry to see, because I feel like a lot of people think like, oh, we go to do these cosmetic surgeries and you don't think it's a big deal, but it's definitely, it's a dangerous thing to be doing. I mean, Kanye West's mother, Donda West, passed away doing her liposuction procedure.
Yeah.
And so it's really not as safe as, we always think or hope it to be. And, also to women who are doing cosmetic surgery because you are going through something, because of, if you're doing reconstructive surgery or any of that kind of stuff from circumstances, if you've been sick or going through it, we are definitely here to support y'all and on your journey. But I just want to see people kind of showing up and owning it and just being more transparent about, where you're at and what you did to get here.
Yeah.
So the same way that we're seeing these influencers having to have that paid little description on their YouTube videos or their Instagram posts when they're promoting something that they got paid to do, can we see something like that popping up on social? Like when you post this bodacious little body with the little slim waist and them fat ass hips and a nice big old juicy booty and them big old titties sitting right, like just let us know. Like don't leave us in the dark here. Don't have us beating ourselves up because we're trying to figure out the math around that.
And it's not mathing, because you want to know why it's not mathing? Because it's not real math, because y'all went out and got surgery. So just be honest, please.
Just be honest with us. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with us. And we'll all be better people for it at the end of the day.
And you know what, to be honest with you, who said small titties and booties aren't popping? Like,
girl,
they're popping.
I'm a founding mother of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. Okay.
See,
All right.
I
I
cannot
mean,
say I
and
am a subscriber of that. Let's just say
whether
the
you
booties
got
missed me.
right, whether you got little titties or long titties, whether you got pancakes on your back or a little apple bottom or a full-on orange sticking out back there, own it. Love your body. Be kind to your body. This is what we have to get through this journey here, called life, and treat it well and be kind to it, and it'll be kind to you.
Yeah, please just be kind to it.
That's your moment of wellness with Gwen.
Oh, she's giving y'all wellness. She's giving you not just, wellness, but mental wellness too, which I'm very much a fan of.
I'm here
Keep
for it
it
all,
coming.
y'all.
As you know, I'm not here to give you mental health. I'm here to make you question it. So
and
sorry.
we are gonna get ready to go into our next segment, which y'all love. Is Take My Black Card Back. But before we get into that, Lynn, you're looking a little different today. You have a little extra accessory.
It's because I'm high.
She's just not even gonna sugarcoat it. If you're not watching us here, Lynn has got her shades on, and she is over here too cool for school today. So if she sounds even more off top than she was in the first episode, you know why. Now you know why.
That's for my mental health, okay?
You got to do what you got to do, okay?
Yeah,
we're not mad at you, okay?
Yes.
So take my black card back if you guys are new here. We're letting you know, even though we are two beautiful, strong Black women, we are giving you guys the opportunity to take our black card back for stereotypes that don't necessarily fit for us within the Black community. So, Lynn, I'm going to let you start this one off for us today.
Here we go. Take my black card back, but I am not from the I wish a nigga would's. Okay. I wish a nigga wouldn't. I am not a fan of confrontation. Do not be sitting in my movie theater seat when I get there because I will not know how to confront you. I will just sit on your lap because I will make it just as awkward. Okay. So
you don't want to sit in the seat next to them instead?
No, I know I paid for a seat, so I'm gonna one way or another. I'm from around the way, as Denzel said. I'm gonna get what's mine. But in the
She's
same
leaving
breath,
here with something.
I'm leaving here with something, but I will be sitting on your lap because I do not want to confront you because I'm a very nice person.
Oh my God. So remember when I said if y'all don't subscribe, we gonna pull up to your front door. It's just gonna be me because
it's gonna be her because I'll be in the car. I will not be at the door.
I'm gonna bring that noise. I'm gonna bring that heat. I'm ready to fight. My sister used to bully the fuck out of me. My cousins used to bully the fuck out of me when I was a little kid. So I've got a lot of aggressions to work out. Okay. I'm ready. I've been training for this my whole life. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. No. All right. So here's mine. Take my black card back, but I'm gonna eat the hell out of some watermelon in front of some white people.
Oh,
and God. I'm gonna drink the juice I'm gonna drink the juice that's left over in the container because I went and purchased that watermelon from Erewhon. Okay, came in a little plastic container. And not only am I gonna eat that shit, I'm gonna drink the juice. I'm gonna be smacking my lips and I'm gonna tell y'all how good it was. Okay, and I might even confuse y'all a little bit and throw some limon and tajin on there too, so y'all really not even gonna know what's going on. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. So remember in the first episode, which you better have listened to by now, my black card was revoked off of the first thing I said. I'm taking hers right now.
Girl, why?
The watermelon in front of white. I have passed up so much delicious watermelon.
Y'all
Caucasian parties because I do not want to be associated. I will deny fried chicken too. And it hurts my DNA. It hurts me to my core because I do not want people. I don't want to play into these stereotypes. Sorry. Not for me.
I'm gonna play in. I'm gonna lean all the way in on this one. So don't y'all worry. Y'all bringing that
on it.
You bringing that watermelon to the cookout. You bringing that watermelon to the potluck. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone off my plate.
Oh gosh.
Okay. We'll get to the fried chicken piece in a minute, but go ahead, Lynn.
All right, take my black card back. But my husband gets along with Black folks than me. As a person, obviously, I adore my people. I love y'all. But if I'm around y'all longer than 45 minutes, we're not vibing anymore for some reason. I have no idea what that comes from. I love y'all, but I'm gonna love y'all from afar. Love you, sorry.
Girl, it's so
Sorry.
if y'all didn't get that, Lynn's husband, he's not black, okay? And so I love that he's up here kikiing with us though. Take my black card back, but I don't own a pair of Jordans. I don't. I have okay, I was gifted a pair. I have not worn them. I've never
Which ones were you gifted?
girl, I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Do you even okay.
I don't know. My husband has plenty. Okay. I've never been a sneakerhead. And I've never really amassed a sneaker collection until I married my husband. He works in sports, and so we get shoes sent to the house. He gets shoes sent to the house on a consistent basis. I'm tired of that shit.
Not an appreciator of it.
Girl, if you wear a size 12, if you're a man, you wear a size 12, hit me up, because my husband has so many shoes up in this house and even in the garage that he doesn't even know that he has anymore. Hit me up because I'm going to just send them to you. You pay for the shipping label, I'll send you the shoes.
But it's in exchange for likes and subscribe though. We don't give anything
right, we
for
not
free
gonna
around
ship
here.
for free. Right. Okay. Share it with your friends. Share it with 10 of your closest friends, and I'm gonna send you those size 12s. I'm like dead ass.
We should make it a raffle. Oh my God, we should make it a raffle.
And well, I'm not about to give away this man's J's, but we'll figure something. We'll send you something cute. Limited edition.
Just hit us up. Hit us up.
Okay.
Okay. Well, after I again 1 and 2 should have her canceled by now, but I'm gonna hit you with my number 3, which is I do not ask where that baby's jacket is. Let me tell you why, because I don't care about your baby. That's not my baby. Don't give a fuck where your jacket is, baby. Sorry. I have the habit of staying out of business that's not mine. That business doesn't pay me. That's not my baby. I don't care where your baby's jacket is. If you are a mother and you're not putting a jacket on your baby, that's you.
That's okay. You. Her name Bennett, and she not in it.
I'm not in it. Ain't nothing good coming from people going in people's business. People, you get shot, stabbed, or you just get clowned. And I'm not trying to have any one of those happen to me.
Girl, that escalated quickly.
Yes.
I just want the baby to be warm. Okay. I'm not gonna ask. I'll say less.
I don't ask where that baby's jacket is. You don't ask where that baby's jacket is. I'm saving you a headache.
I'm looking at my last one right now, and I'm gonna get canceled.
You were canceled.
I've been canceled, but y'all can it's solidified for today.
Go.
Take my black card back, but I never ate dark meat. And I don't really love fried chicken unless we can count chicken tenders. Unless we can count chicken tenders, or I'm not that stereotype for the fried chicken. For the watermelon, for sure. Let's go. That's me all day. But the fried chicken, what? I don't really get it. And I'm definitely not eating no dark meat.
Okay.
I want that white meat. Give me that titty meat. Give me them wings. And that's as far as I'm gonna go.
Okay. That was the most aggressive sentence I've ever heard in my life, was saying she don't eat dark meat. And fried chicken, I'm sorry, and I'm not saying this to be stereotypical by any means, because I see more white people in line at Popeyes than I do me. So,
especially with that spicy chicken sandwich, y'all really went off for that, huh?
Yeah, fried chicken is a gift. And sorry, Gwen, but today your black card has been shredded off of that sentence.
Thank you so much. I would like to take a moment to absorb this privilege that I feel shining upon me now that my card has been taken away.
It's been shredded. It has been shredded.
My credit score went up 100 points.
Oh my God.
I easily
was cancellation.
I was approved for a loan immediately.
Don't. Okay. Let us go into your favorite canceled or clemency off of that, because I'm trying to save her from real life cancellation here.
I said what I said. I said what I said.
Okay, cancellation and clemency. Here we go.
Actually, that's it. That's all we have time for today. Bye.
Enough.
All right. You're going to lead the charge with our cancellation for today, because I don't have nothing to do with this girl.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let's get into it. I want to cancel the ever living shit and I mean this with every fiber in my body, Taylor Swift. Okay. And the reason I want to cancel Taylor Swift is she has lied to y'all Swifties. Okay. She stands on a platform. Oh my gosh, femininity, women, inclusivity. She's dating a racist, misogynistic man who is masquerading as a singer. I don't even want to say his name because he's gross. So I'm not going to give him that play with our like 6 subscribers. I'm not giving you that airtime, playa, but I'm just going to say, Taylor, you're canceled. You need to own up to who the hell you're dating, how disgustingly, misogynistically racist, foul of an individual he is. And for you to sit here and stand on a platform where you're uplifting women when all you're doing right now is demonstrating you don't give a fuck about anybody but you and your 3 minutes of sex that he probably provides you. So yeah, that's where we're going.
She went for it. Now
I went for it.
explain, because there's a lot that's going into it. Explain who he was talking about and what he said without saying his name, and then we'll get into like the performativeness of Taylor's actions based off that.
Okay, so the man she's dating, there was actually an article and or podcast he was on. I'm uncertain about that
because
it was a podcast where
there's audio and it's
oh god, yeah. So he was on a podcast where he talks about he's choking his gherkin pickle to and I say gherkin pickle lightly because I think it's absolutely smaller than that. I think it's a cross between a Vienna sausage and a gherkin pickle, to a porn, I don't even know what it is called. It's called Ghetto Gaggers, where it's basically yes, it's basically women of color, primarily Black women, being tortured for sexual purposes, which is disgusting. That needs to stop. That website needs to be shut down. And he's in here jacking off to that. So what does that tell you about the type of person that he is? And he absolutely has no empathy in regards to what he did. He's telling the story proudly. And yet you're dating a woman who's seen as the next coming of Jesus, who's Taylor Swift, and she's sitting here co-signing on his behavior. I know. Well, I mean, look at her, ticket sales, all that stuff. She's the breadwinner, apparently. So yeah, I feel like you guys really need to reevaluate who she is as a person, because if you're dating someone like that, and you know Taylor Swift has Black fans, she has women of color fans, you know what I mean? She has every type of person, you know, that follows her and loves her. And he's also said some homophobic slurs as well. So I feel like, you know, make the exodus from Taylor to Beyonce. Let's just put that out there. Okay.
He also had some very choice words on Ice Spice. And yeah,
a woman of color. Look, is that surprising?
The things that he said about Ice Spice, and I think like a comparison to a monkey or an ape had come up. And then Taylor Swift proceeded to do a song with Ice Spice, like after all of this happened. So her boyfriend gave like a public apology. He released a statement and said this stuff. And then like shortly after, I think we see this song with Ice Spice, which to me, like, girl, Taylor, Ice Spice is not even on your radar. Like, no, I feel like you probably didn't even know who she was until your boyfriend or whoever the mans that you're dating said these foul things about her. And it seems pretty performative to me that she just so happens to be putting out this single with Ice Spice as kind of like an almsgiving of the wrongs of, you know, for this dude that she's dating. And I don't know, like the song sounded whack to me. I ain't make it through the whole thing. Again, I'm not her people. I'm not a Swiftie, so it's beyond me. It's above me anyway. But yeah, like, and you know what? And like, I'm not mad at Ice Spice I'm not mad at her for hopping on it with her, but damn.
I'm mad at Ice Spice for her music alone. I'm mad at Ice Spice for coming out and rapping. That's what I'm
Don't be mad. Don't be mad, girl. I'm here for Ice Spice.
Okay.
Why some kids told me Why some kids told me, they're like, "Oh, miss, you look like Ice Spice."
Oh
And
my
like
God.
this is like right at the beginning of right at the beginning of her coming out and her song blowing up. And I was just like, "Oh, yeah, Ice Spice, yeah." I'm like, I don't know that Spice Girl, but I'm like, "Oh wow, thanks so much." And then like I go and see it, and I'm like, "Ah, okay."
Every time I see
People like
her, I
all light skinned black people with curly hair don't look alike, but shouts out, shouts out to Ice Spice. I'm here for it.
I mean, I just feel like every time I see her, I want to say, "We're only a day away
I mean, you're not.
tomorrow." That's the ghetto Annie right there.
Let's go. I'm here for the reparations on Annie. Let's go. Ew.
All right, Taylor. So we have decided that you are so canceled. You can do songs with everybody and their mama that's black, but that's not going to bring you out of cancellation. You're
Yeah.
foul. You're
That
fake.
it didn't.
You
It
co-signing on
didn't.
him being gross. Bye, Taylor.
Okay.
Canceled.
Toodaloo.
Now tell us about
Now,
clemency.
clemency this week goes to the one, the only, the love of my life. Since I'm like 6 years old, like since the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out, I've been in love with this man. He can do no wrong in my eyes. And that, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is Will Smith. Okay.
Oh.
Now, we are granting Will his clemency this week. As we all know, the slap heard around the world on March 27th of 2022 is when Will Smith changed the trajectory of his whole life as he descended upon that Oscar stage and smacked the fuck, smacked the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. Okay. And whether you were watching it live, whether you saw clips of it played after the fact, I mean, that stuff hit social media quick, fast, and in a hurry. And it was so interesting because no one knew what to think, if it was a gag,
Right.
if this was something that they were working on.
It was a joke.
It's planned, but it wasn't. And it was really, kind of cringy to watch back. I'm not going to dismiss his actions. I think, what he did, he shouldn't have done that. And we have to be accountable for our actions. We have to be accountable for how we allow people to kind of disrupt our peace, right? Like we can't just like go and do what we want when we want. We have to have that control over ourselves. And I can appreciate him going and like feeling like he wanted or needed to like stand up for his wife, but it wasn't the right way to do it. So yeah, I mean, after this happened, so this is all actually the night that he won his first Oscar, which
for another slave movie.
No, it was for King Richard.
I thought it was for a slave movie.
No, and he announced that movie. He announced that movie after the fact. So that's after so once the slap happened, he got the Oscar for King Richard, and it was a really big moment. I think that he had been nominated at least 2 or 3 times before, and he had never won. And he finally had won that night, and it happened after the slap had taken place. They gave him his flowers for the night. He was dancing at the after party. And then after that, the Oscars put the pause on him, and they told him that he was no longer able to attend the Oscars for at least 10 years. So he will not be back until 2032 to at least attend the shows. But I'm still kind of unclear on whether or not he can be nominated for any of his work that he does up until that point. But nominated or not, he's not going to be at the Oscars. And yeah, after this all happened, he went into that little hole. He went dark on social media for like 5 months. We didn't hear from him. And, he gave his apology and, he spoke out for that. And after that, he went quiet, went silent, and then finally had come back to social media like several months later. We're giving Will his clemency. Again, the man can do no wrong in my eyes. We're happy to have him back. We're happy to have him out of that hole. And, it was so interesting. I've never really been a Chris Rock fan. Like,
He's
I just
problematic
haven't.
too.
Lindsay's got her gripes. I mean, I'm not his biggest fan. We've got our gripes towards homeboy. He's never really been that funny to me either. And even his stand-up that he did after the whole Will Smith slap and all of that, like it wasn't funny to me. It wasn't funny to me. You know who had a really good stand-up for that though was Marlon Wayans. He actually did a stand-up, which I think is on like HBO or what's on Max now. But he did a stand-up, and the entire stand-up was about that night and that slap. And it was just so interesting to see like the history and everything tied back, like his history with Will and all of that stuff. Like that was hilarious. But Chris Rock, he stays missing the mark for me.
He always has, yeah. I haven't liked him since he played a crackhead in my movie New Jack City.
Yeah,
I haven't liked. He was a snitch.
As y'all know, I ain't seen that. So
right. Gwen doesn't watch black movies.
No. Ain't nobody said all that. Now don't be putting all that extra. Why are you putting all that extra sauce on it?
He does not want to watch New Jack City. And if you have not seen New Jack City, please watch it ASAP. Rockabye Baby. That's the best part of that movie. So watch New Jack City. That's who I am.
All right. And Will, I just want to say this, as we're giving you your clemency, you will forever and always be my Fresh Prince, my man in black, and I'm gonna stay getting jiggy with it with you till the end.
Jada, did you hear this?
I don't want no smoke, Jada. This is with respect. This is with all due respect.
Jada.
To the Most High Queen.
Jada, did you hear
But we love you, Will.
Will, I mean, you're cool with me. Whatevs. I love you.
Welcome back, bruh.
Welcome back, Will.
Welcome back.
Out of cancellation into clemency. You deserve it. I mean, I would have slapped the taste out of somebody talking about my old man too. So I feel you.
Right.
Right message, wrong place, baby. That's all.
Yeah. Right. You can't be acting up in front of all them white folks like that.
At the Oscars, we aren't even really invited, and you did that. That's like
barely invited, barely nominated, barely invited.
Don't do that, please.
And now we definitely not invited.
But you know what? It's all right. We got the BET Awards according to Stacey Dash. We're okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that, the saddest part, the end. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this second episode of Am I Going to Get Canceled for This? And let us know, are we canceled? Like, did y'all cancel us this time? Be sure to come back, check us out again. Go ahead and hit those 5 stars here. Go ahead and make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss this third episode that's coming at you real quick.
Hard.
Yes. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.